This is the first time I'm filming a video in a chair, and it's honestly making me a bit uncomfortable. I like to move around. This feels weird, but I need my laptop. Hello, my name is Elise, and I've said many times before that I don't like TBRs. I like watching them, but I just don't personally ever follow TBRs when I make them. I've made a few videos with TBRs and I usually never stick to them. I've tried to write out TBRs, I never stick with them. It just doesn't happen, but guess what we're doing today? We are filming another TBR. So for this video, I have chosen Twitter as my way of choosing what books I'm going to read in October. I have very last minute decided to put up some random polls on Twitter. So for these random polls, I did 5 that were actually Twitter polls, and then the 6th one was just comment a random number. Spoiler alert, that random number correlates to a book on my TBR for Goodreads. And the other thing about these polls is that I did this last minute. I plan on filming and editing this video today and uploading it tomorrow. So for some of the polls, I remembered to set the timer for 2 hours, and for some of them I forgot and they are set for a whole day. So I just screenshotted the results for right now, and I'm going with those because again, I'm trying to film them right now, so oops. All right, so for the first poll, I gave 2 choices, and these represented novellas that I was interested in. The first choice represented Every Heart a Doorway, and the second choice represented The Empress of Salt and Fortune. So looking at the results right now, at the time I screenshotted, the first option got 65% of the votes, so that won, and that was Every Heart a Doorway. So that will be my first read for October. So for the second poll, these all represent sapphic books, and actually all of these books have been recommended to me by people on Twitter. So the first option was The Color Purple, the second was The Summer of Salt, the third was This Is What It Feels Like, and the fourth was This Is How You Lose the Time War. So looking at this poll, the third option got the most votes. It got 41% of the votes. So this one is This Is What It Feels Like. So that's going to be my next book on my TBR for October. Number 3. So the third poll represented spooky books, just to get into the vibe of October. I had 3 options for this one. The first was The Picture of Dorian Gray, the second was Wilder Girls, and the third was Sawkill Girls. So this poll was super close, but the winner is Sawkill Girls. It got 39% of the votes, although The Picture of Dorian Gray did get 35% of the votes, but Sawkill Girls still won. Poll number 4. So actually for poll number 4 and 5, these represented shelves on my bookshelf. So I technically have 2 bookshelves, and there's multiple shelves on these, but these polls represented the first 4 shelves on each shelf. I do have more books on my bookshelf, but as you get lower on my bookshelf, these are books that I am less interested in reading. Some of them are just because I didn't have space, but a lot of them is just books that I didn't want to read. I have an unhaul shelf. I have books that I have duplicates of. So these polls are only representing the first 4 shelves, and also because there's only 4 options when it comes to Twitter polls. So for the 4th poll, this represented this shelf right here, the first 4 shelves. Option 1 is the top one, option 2, second shelf, and keep going down to the 4th. And the winner for this one was the 3rd shelf. So that would be this one right here, and I'm gonna choose a book off of this shelf. Although the problem is I've read just about every book on this shelf. I can't believe this is like the one shelf that I don't have books I need to read, because almost all these books I haven't read, and then this is the shelf where I have all the books I've read. But I guess I'm going to go with the I Am Number 4 Lorien Legacy series. I've read most of these. There's a couple little novella collections that I haven't gotten to yet. I did plan to read these more after trying to reread the whole series, but I guess we'll see. Maybe either I will reread one of these, maybe not. I don't know. This one didn't work as well. Worst comes to worst, I'm going to try to continue this series, but it's been a while, so we'll see how that goes. And then poll number 5 was this bookshelf, and the winner for this one was The Fourth Shelf with 35% of the votes. And this is The Fourth Shelf, and I have read almost none of these, so this one worked a lot better, but I'm gonna choose one of these books really quickly that I plan to read in October. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with myself, I'm more of a mood reader, so I'm gonna give myself 2 options. The first is the Book of Essie. I thought this was super interesting sounding. I think it's kind of a religious type theme, but yeah, I've been wanting to read this, and maybe I'll get to it, but my other option, in case this one is too, I don't know, heavy, but my other option is going to be Beach Read. I plan to buddy read this with Kaylee on Twitter. Hi Kaylee, if you're watching, I keep mentioning you in my videos lately. But yeah, so one of these will be read, maybe both if I have time, but they are definitely both really high on my TBR. Oops, actually, let's go back to that 4th poll that was this bookshelf. I've decided I'm going to look at the second closest winner for the poll, just in case I don't want to pick up on this series in the middle of it when I haven't read it in at least a year or 2. So second place for this poll, for this bookshelf, was option number 4, and that got 32% of the votes compared to this shelf, which got 39% of the votes. So since the 4th shelf got second place, I'm going to look at this shelf really quickly. Okay, actually that was super easy. If I don't get to a book up here, I'm going to read Surrender Your Sons. This was on this 4th shelf here, and I think I'm going to read this even if I do end up reading one of these books, because I've been really looking forward to this one. All right, so that is the last of the actual polls, but then I had one last question, and I tweeted, and then lastly, give me a number, anything 1 through 543, because I have 543 books on my Goodreads Want to Read shelf. So this was kind of a risky question because I have so many books on my Want to Read shelf from Goodreads that I've been adding since middle school, and I've never actually gone around and tried to take off books that I don't actually want to read anymore. So this is going to be interesting. And then just a little explanation in case you didn't catch on. The numbers people gave me correlates to a number on my Want to Read shelf on Goodreads, because on the browser version of Goodreads, it does give you numbers based on the order that you added these books in. Oh my gosh, I just realized I did something so stupid. Oh no! Oh my gosh. Give me a second. So I deleted that tweet right before filming so people wouldn't keep responding, because I didn't want more responses, and that deleted all the responses and I can't find them. Never mind. Oh, thank goodness. So I actually ended up liking every single one of the responses, so those are still there. Okay. Things are good. So I think I liked most of them. Maybe I'm missing some, but I got more responses than I was thinking I was gonna get, so I'm not gonna read all these books anyways, because that's way more than I read in a month. I think I'm just gonna go through some of these numbers that I still have on my Twitter likes and look at them on Goodreads and see if any of them look interesting, because I think I went through some of these earlier, and some of the books I just do not want to read anymore, or they're problematic, or I just don't even know what they are. So we're gonna pick one book based off some of these numbers. Okay, so one of the numbers I got was 21. Let's look at what book number 21 is. All right, so number 21 on my Goodreads Want to Read shelf is Ultraviolet by R.J. Anderson. I don't remember what this is about. I vaguely remember adding it. I think I'm gonna keep looking at numbers to see if anything better pops up, but if I can't find anything, I think I might read this one because I kind of remember thinking it sounded interesting when I added it, even though I don't remember what it's about. Okay, I'm gonna go through some of the lower numbers first so I don't have to keep scrolling. So 46 is the next number. 46 on my shelf is called Sex and Violence. Thank you, Troy from Troy Reads, for giving me such a fun title to work with. Okay, I think that actually might be a maybe too, but I'm gonna keep looking at a few more just in case. All right, number 17. 17 is Flat Out Love by Jessica Park. I kind of remember adding that. I don't think I'm going to read that, so next one. All right, 15. 15 is Warm Bodies. Why do none of these sound interesting to me? I love the movie for Warm Bodies, but I heard the book isn't that good, so maybe. I think I need to limit how many of these I look at because I feel like I'm kind of cheating, but that's okay. Let's look at some of the higher numbers. 217. 217 is Saving Francesca. I have no idea what that is. I added it in 2016. Maybe. I'm gonna look at a few more. 111. 111 is called Give a Boy a Gun. These are fun titles. I really was choosing all the edgy titles in 2016. That's definitely something. I think I'm gonna look for a book that I could find at my library because I don't really want to buy anything right now, and I would just like something I could send to my Kindle. So either something I own or I know it's at the library. So I'm gonna look at a few more, but I have to stop looking soon because this was not the point of it. All right, 475. Let's scroll all the way up there. 475. Ooh, 475 is Elatso. I don't know if that's how you say it. We're gonna hope it is. If not, please correct me. Actually, that book is super high on my TBR, and actually this month, October, is my birthday month, so I might be treating myself to that book. It's also on my wish list in case anyone is interested, but I think that might be the book I'm gonna go with. I think we're gonna stop right there. We went with a number 475, and that was from Oceans of Novels. So thank you. That is going to be my last book on this TBR. Okay, I'm just gonna look at one more number. That's 2. I'm gonna look at one more number just for fun, but that other book I mentioned is the one I'm gonna do. Okay, 542, let's look at that one. That is The Reader. Actually, I heard that was really good and I might read that this month, but my official book is that one I mentioned, Elatso. I'm so scared I'm mispronouncing that, but also the main character is Ace, I'm pretty sure, so looking forward to that one. I definitely plan on reading it this month. All right, that concludes my TBR for October. I do hope to read more than the books I mentioned, but this was just like a little guideline, I guess, for possible books to read. I do want to try to read every single book I mentioned in this video, but definitely did not plan out the whole month because I am more of a mood reader, so different books might sound interesting to me. So yeah, those will hopefully be read at some points in October, but hopefully a lot more. Hopefully that month isn't too busy. But yeah, I had a lot of fun having Twitter just randomly choose my TBR. Thanks to anyone who voted on my random polls, I guess. And if I ever do this again, I won't be stupid and delete the tweet because that was interesting. All right, thank you for watching, and we will see you in October. Bye bye.